Hello students, welcome to the chemistry class. Our topic electrochemistry, the chapter. In last class, we have discussed about the first law of electrolysis and the electrochemical equivalent. The first law states that when the mass of substance liberated or deposited at the electrode is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity. Okay, and electrochemical equivalent means the mass of substance deposited at the electrode when 1 ampere of current is supplied in 1 second is called the electrochemical equivalent. Or also we can state that the electrochemical equivalent when the mass of substance deposited at the electrode when 1 coulomb of electricity is supplied to the electrolyte, then it is called the electrochemical equivalent. So today we are going to learn about some of the numericals related to electrochemical equivalent or Faraday's first law electrolysis. Okay, so first we will do the numerical, that is calculate the electrochemical equivalent of zinc, and here the atomic mass is given. Atomic mass of zinc is 65. Okay, basing on that we will calculate the equivalent mass of the zinc so that we can calculate the electrochemical equivalent. Okay, first the question, numerical one. Okay, then calculate the electrochemical equivalent calculate the electrochemical equivalent of zinc, and here the atomic mass is given. The atomic mass of zinc is 65 here. Okay, basing on that the atomic mass we can calculate the equivalent mass. Okay, so calculate the equivalent electrochemical equivalent. Electrochemical equivalent means when a 1 coulomb of electricity is passed through the electrolyte. Okay, at that time some quantity of substance will be deposited at the electrode. So first of all we have to know that the electrochemical equivalent of zinc is the mass of zinc deposited when 1 coulomb of electricity is passed through the electrolyte. We know that 1 Faraday of electricity, 1 Faraday means 96,500 coulomb of electricity when passed through the electrolytic solution. At that time, then 1 gram equivalent of substance is deposited at the electrode. So we can calculate basing on that. We know that 96,500 coulomb of produces of charge of electricity, you can say electricity deposits 1 gram equivalent of substance. 1 gram equivalent of substance. 96,500 coulomb means 1 farad of electricity. Okay, when 1 farad of electricity we will supply to the electrolytic solution or electrolyte, then it will deposit some amount of substance, that is 1 gram equivalent of substance. Okay, so we will calculate the equivalent electrochemical equivalent. Okay, chemical equivalent first of all we will calculate. So chemical equivalent can be calculated basing on the atomic mass and the valency. Okay, so chemical equivalent means the atomic mass divided by valency. We know that the valence of zinc is 2, so 65 by 2. So atomic mass of zinc means here an atomic mass of zinc equal to 65, which is given, and valency we know that in the outermost cell the 2 electrons are present, then it is called the valency of the zinc. So the equivalent mass of, therefore the equivalent mass, or we can say the equivalent mass of zinc. Okay, chemical equivalent we can say. Equivalent mass of zinc means the atomic mass divided by valence. Okay, atomic mass by valence. We know that the atomic mass is given here 65 and the valence is 2, that is 65 by 2 equal to 32.5. Okay, 32.5 gram equivalent of substance is deposited. Okay, when 96,500 coulomb of electricity is supplied. Okay, so we can calculate again that electrochemical equivalent. So electrochemical equivalent means when 96,500 coulomb of electricity when is supplied to the electrolytic solution, then 32.5 grams of electricity gram of substance will be deposited. So when 1 coulomb of electricity will be supplied, 1 coulomb of electricity means the electrochemical equivalent. 1 coulomb of electricity means 1 ampere into 1 second of electricity in T seconds. So electrochemical equivalent can be calculated. So we know that 96,500 coulomb of electricity produces or forms 32.5 gram equivalent of substance. When 1 coulomb of electricity produces means liberates, we may write 32.5 divided by 96,500 coulomb. It means the value will be 0.000336 grams. 0.000336 grams. Okay, so we have calculated 1 coulomb of electricity. 1 coulomb of electricity means the electrochemical equivalent. 1 coulomb means we know that 1 coulomb means 1 ampere into 1 second. Okay, so as per the definition we can write the electrochemical equivalent means when 1 coulomb of electricity is supplied, then it defines the electrochemical equivalent of a substance. So the electrochemical equivalent or EC we can write, then ECE of zinc is 0.000336 grams. Okay, this is the calculation of electrochemical equivalent. Okay, I again repeat that for calculating the electrochemical equivalent, first of all we have to calculate the chemical equivalent, and chemical equivalent means the atomic masses divided by valence. Sometimes the atomic mass is given or we have to calculate. Okay, the atomic mass we have to keep in our mind. Okay, and also the valence, so that we can calculate the electrochemical equivalent. Okay, and the point is to be noted that 1 coulomb of electricity means the electrochemical equivalent of a substance. Electrochemical equivalent means ECE or electrochemical equivalent of zinc. Any other substance we can calculate. Okay, so when 1 coulomb of electricity is applied, produces then 0.000336 grams of substance is deposited at the electrode or liberated at the electrode. Okay, this is all about the calculation of electrochemical equivalent. So next move on to the another numerical. Next numerical is find the mass of the copper deposited from copper sulfate solution by a current of 0.25 ampere is flowing for 1 hour. Here the atomic mass of copper is given here 63. So in this question we have to calculate the mass of the copper deposited, means the amount of how much amount of copper is deposited at the electrodes when a current of 0.25 ampere. Okay, here the coulomb is not given. 0.25 ampere of current is flowing for 1 hour. Okay, when 1 hour of for 1 hour if we supply the 0.25 ampere of current, then how much copper is deposited at the electrode we have to calculate. Okay, here the atomic mass of copper is given. The atomic mass of copper is 63. First of all you will do the equivalent mass we have to calculate. Then after we will calculate the mass of substance deposited at the electrode. So first of all we will write the question. Find the mass of copper deposited. Mass of copper deposited from copper sulfate solution. Okay, from the copper sulfate solution, some amount of copper is deposited at the electrodes. Okay, we know that the formula of copper sulfate is CuSO4. Okay, copper sulfate by a current of 0.25 ampere, flowing for 1 hour. Okay, flowing for 1 hour. So we know that the strength of the current I, equal to 1 ampere, 0.25 ampere, and the time is t seconds. T means 1 hour. 1 hour means the 3600 seconds. Then we have to calculate the quantity of electricity. How much quantity of electricity is supplied in 1 second. Okay, so that we can calculate the electrochemical equivalent mass of the substance. Then after we will calculate the mass of substance deposited at the electrode. So strength of the current, we have to write first of all calculus. We will then strength of current I equal to 0.25 ampere, and here T equal to 1 hour. 1 hour equal to 60 into 60 equal to 3600 seconds. Okay, 3600 seconds. So the quantity of electricity, then the quantity of electricity is Q. We know that Q equal to IT. When Q equal to I into T, then the value will be 0.25 into 3600 seconds. 3600 seconds. So that we will get the 900 coulombs. So 900 coulombs. Okay, here the quantity of electricity Q equal to 900 coulombs. Okay, 900 coulombs of electricity is supplied to the copper sulfate solution. We know. Okay, 0.25 ampere of current for 1 hour. If we will supply to the electrolytic solution, it means the 900 coulomb of electricity is supplied to the electrolytic solution. So now we will calculate the electrochemical, the chemical equivalent. Okay, equivalent mass of the copper. So we have to keep in our mind that 900 coulombs of electricity supplied to the electrolytic solution. Okay, so next we will move on to the calculation of chemical equivalent. We know that chemical equivalent here, the another is given that atomic mass of copper is 63. Okay, it is given. So we have to write the atomic mass of copper here is 63. Atomic mass of copper is 63, and valency. And you have to know that the valency of copper is 2, so that we can calculate the equivalent mass. Otherwise, we can say E, equivalent mass of copper. It is E. Okay. So 63. Then atomic mass by valency. Atomic mass by valency. Then 63 by 2. The value will be 31.5 grams. So we have calculated the equivalent mass of copper, means it is the chemical equivalent, okay, chemical equivalent or E, 31.5 grams. Okay, it means when 96,500 coulomb means 1/3 of electricity is supplied to the electrolyte solution, then 31.5 grams of mass of substance is deposited at the electrode. So when 900 coulomb of electricity will supply, then how much amount of substance is deposited at the electrode? We will calculate. Okay. So we know that 96,500 coulomb of electricity, 1 gram equivalent of mass of substance is deposited. So 96,500 of coulomb produces 31.5 gram equivalent of substance, whereas when 1 coulomb of electricity, when 1 coulomb of electricity produces, then 31.5 divided by 96,500 coulomb. Therefore, 900 coulomb of electricity produces 31.5 by 96,500 into 900. So the value will be, you just calculate the value, 0.2937 grams. 0.2937 grams of substance will be deposited when 900 coulomb of electricity is supplied to the electrolytic solution. Okay. So then the mass of substance when 900 coulomb of electricity is supplied to the electrolytic solution, then 0.2937 grams of copper is deposited at the electrode. Then the mass of the copper will be 0.2937 grams. So therefore, the mass of copper deposited is 0.2937 grams. Okay. This is all about the calculation of mass of substance deposited at the electrode when some amount of current is supplied to the electrolytic solution within a certain time period. Okay. Next, move on to the next numerical, that is so how many coulombs are required for the following reduction process. There are some reduction process, so we have to calculate some amount of coulombs, means electricity, are required for the following reduction. If 1 mole of Al3 plus to Al3 plus when reduced to Al, and 1 mole of Ca2 plus reduced to Ca, then we will calculate the some amount of electricity, means coulombs. So our question will be, how many coulombs are required? Coulombs are required for the following reduction, following reduction process. Okay. For oxidation and reduction, we know that the oxidation reduction process is altogether called redox reaction. So the question, for 1 mole of Al3 plus 2 Al and the The question number 2, 1 mole of Cu2 plus to Cu2 plus to C. When Al3 plus reduced to form Al, then for 1 mole of Al3 plus when reduced to Al, then how much coulombs of electricity is required? Okay, so we know that in the electrode reaction is written as Al3 plus plus 3 gives rise to Al. Therefore, the reduction of 1 mole of Al3 plus ions to Al requires 3 moles of electrons. So, the first question will be the reaction. The electrode reaction is written as the electrode reaction is written as Al3 plus Te gives rise to Al. Okay, here you can see that then Al3 plus means it requires 3 electrons. Therefore, the reduction of 1 mole of Al3 plus ions to Al requires 3 moles of electrons. 3 moles of electrons it requires. Okay, for the reduction of Al3 plus to Al, it requires then 3 electrons, 3 moles of electrons it requires. 3 moles of electron means it will be multiplied with 1 farad, means 3 into 96,500 coulomb. So that we will get the how much coulomb of electricity is required for the reduction process of Al3 plus Al3 plus to Al. Okay, so we will write the reduction of 1 mole of Al3 plus ion. The reduction of Al, the reduction of 1 mole of Al3 plus ion, Al3 plus ion to Al requires here 3 mole of electrons. 3 moles of electrons. Okay, 3 moles of electrons. We know that the 96,501 when 1 farad of electricity is supplied, then for 1 mole we will supply 96,500 coulomb. For 3 moles we will multiply with 1 farad, means 3 into 96,500 coulomb. So we will multiply with for 1 mole of substance we will supply 96,500 amount of coulomb to the electrolytic solution. Here 3 moles of substance, that is for 3 moles 3 into 96,500 coulomb, 19,500 coulombs of electricity. The answer will be 289,500 coulomb. Okay, so for the reduction of Al3 plus to Al, it requires 289,500 coulombs of electricity. Similarly, you will see for the copper Cu2 plus ion to Cu, then Cu2 plus reduced to Cu. When 1 mole of Cu2 plus reduced to Cu, then how much amount of electricity is supplied to the electrolytic solution? Okay, so we will write the electrode reaction is Cu2 plus 2E gives rise to Cu. It means that then 1 mole of electron, 1 mole of copper, 1 mole of Cu2 plus when reduces, it needs 2 electrons, 2 moles of electrons. Okay, 2 moles of electrons. The reduction of 1 mole of Cu2 plus iron requires 2 moles of electron. 2 moles of electron. It requires 2 moles of electron. Here 2 moles is multiplied with 96,500 coulomb. We know that 1 mole of electricity means 96,500 coulomb. So we will multiply with 2 into 96,500 coulomb, so that we will get the how much coulomb of electricity is supplied to the electrolytic solution. Okay. So we will multiply with 2 into 96,500 coulombs. Then we will get that 193,000 coulombs. 193,000 coulombs of electricity we will supply to the electrolytic solutions, so that we will get the copper. Then 193,000 coulombs. Okay, coulombs of electricity. This is all about the calculation of the reduction process when aluminium Al3 plus ion, when 1 mole of Al3 plus ion get reduced to form the air, and Cu2 plus 1 mole of Cu2 plus ion get reduced to copper, then we can calculate the how much amount of coulombs are required for this reduction process. Okay, this is all about the calculation of reduction process, and today we have discussed about the calculation of electrochemical equivalent or chemical equivalent, and the reduction process. Okay, we know that the quantity of electricity. The quantity of electricity means Q equal to IT. I means 1 ampere of current, T equal to seconds. Okay. So this is all about the calculation of some of the numericals regarding Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Okay. I hope that all of you understood. And in next class we are going to discuss about the second law of electrolysis, then conductance, specific resistance, okay, and galvanic